Welcome back to the channel, guys. So I have decided to come down to Meadfoot, which was the original place that I came to when I first started van life. This is the place that I spent 2 or 3 nights when I first moved into the van. And you'll probably remember, if you saw my very first video, the intro was taken at this very spot. And it's a lovely, lovely place. It's got a great beach, great views. The backdrop is fantastic. And a lot of campers come down here, especially in the summer, and fill this place up because it's just such a lovely place. However, things are changing, and I wanted to share that with you and then have a chat about it and try and figure out your thoughts and your feelings on how things are going at the moment, because there's a lot of talk about van life just becoming a lot harder, especially, you know, part-time van lifers who just want to get out, enjoy the countryside, enjoy the country, and spend a few nights in their vans. So it's interesting. So as you can see, it's a really lovely spot. The views are fantastic. And then if you look along the road, this is usually filled with camper vans. People come down here, they go swimming, paddleboarding, diving, you name it, they come down here for it. It's a lovely spot. Now, firstly, what they've done is they've implemented this into the end car park. So this means that vans can't fit really underneath that 6'6" sign, and then they decide to lock it at 5 p.m. so it's basically wasted, can't be used after 5, and most of the day a van can't even get in there. So a place that could be fully used most evenings is empty. So this spot has recently been in the local news heavily, because not only have they decided to make the car park pretty much unusable for vans and, you know, for evening use, they are deciding that you can no longer park along the seafront, and they're going to put concrete posts all the way along to stop people parking, which I think is disgusting. It's a lovely spot. What they should be doing is embracing people coming down here with vans, spending money in the local shops up there, in the local towns, pubs. There's toilets just over the other side there that they lock up, so you know they could be 24-hour toilets. You could have toilet access along here, plenty of bins. Not that van users make a mess, because they don't. That's an absolute load of old rubbish. Excuse the pun. It's an absolute load of rubbish. They are very tidy. In fact, I've seen van lifers picking up rubbish, other people's rubbish, because people sling it out the window as they drive past, and leave McDonald's wrappers everywhere. But yeah, they're putting a stop to it, or they're trying to. I mean, it's empty and the weather's amazing. Nobody's using it. There was a massive meeting about this in the local town hall type of thing, and more people showed up for that than anything else they've ever had a meeting about, because people feel so strongly about it. The only reason that they're putting a stop to it is because this is situated in probably one of the more wealthiest parts of Torquay. Just up above me is Marine Drive. You know, there's £1 million houses up there. There's a lot of money around this area, and those people just do not want van lifers and van people in any way, shape or form using this area. I mean, they're getting the views for free, and they have to pay a lot of money to get the same views, so of course they're unhappy. But it's just such a shame. So we'll get back in the van and we'll drive along a bit, and then I'll show you the rest of it. So there's Thatcher's Rock, and then just above it is probably one of the most expensive places to have an apartment in Torquay. And then all this parking. They're going to block off so no one can use it. They did think about closing the road so people couldn't drive along here. Because the other thing that happens is boy racers drive along here really quick. And okay, that can be a problem, but come on. Blocking off all the parking so no one can use it. So this is just one spot, a really good spot, but it's one spot locally to me that I know they are trying to put a stop to van dwellers, van lifers, camper vans, that sort of thing, because they don't want you to use it. And the reason they don't want to use it is because the people with the money say they don't want us to use it, which I think is absolutely disgusting. But this isn't the only spot. If you look through YouTube, you look through some of the van channels, some of the camper van channels, it's happening all over the country. So many spots are being taken away, either with parking charges, ridiculous parking charges, or just stopping any overnight camping, blocking off roads so you can't use it. More and more spots are being taken away, and a lot of people are really unhappy by it. And all it's going to do is it's not going to stop people from living in their vans, using their vans. It's going to push them away from these spots into more residential areas, which, you know, is ridiculous. You know, these places you can see here is not being used in the evenings. You know, if people use it sensibly, they had perhaps running water here, some taps, some bins, and a 24-hour toilet block that people can use. If they supported people using camper vans and vans as a whole, it's just going to boost the amount of money that comes into this area. And Torquay used to be a destination, a holiday destination, and it's full of care homes instead of hotels. And I remember when I was young how awesome it used to be to live in Torquay, how great it was, how great the summers were. You know, all the students, all the holiday makers, all the families. And now it's just gone. And it's happening to a lot of seaside towns, a lot of nice places. No one's making any money from anything because they're taking the people that spend money away. I mean, who is going to be spending money in this sort of place in the winter months? Camper vans, van people. They still come out, they still visit these places 24/7, 365 days. They're out in their vans exploring and staying in your local areas, spending money. And as a country, we seem to be wanting to try and put a stop to it, which I just don't understand at all. I really don't. If you go into Europe, it's welcomed. You're welcomed in a van. You know, they put on water for you. They put on areas that you can use, picnic tables, bins, toilets, that sort of thing. They want you to come to their countries, whether that's in a van or whatever, but they support it. So why don't we? I don't know, but it's killing this country. It's absolutely killing this country. And the good old pub stops, you know, the Brit stops, you know, where you could park up in a pub car park and, you know, go in for a meal, spend some money, you know, with the pub, and they'd allow you to park up in their car park. No problems at all. They're making money from you, so why wouldn't they want you to do it? But guess what? They're trying to put a stop to even that. And why? You know, they're telling people that own a pub and own the land that they cannot have camper vans in there overnight, trying to put restrictions in to make it difficult just because they don't want it. It's disgusting. It really is. And I'm sorry to rant on, but I just think it's awful. You know, they're trying to control what people can and can't do with their own property, what they can and can't do in their own vans. The parking charges in the UK is absolutely horrendous. You know, these private parking companies that are just there to completely rip you off and catch you out and make money from you. It's disgusting, and there's nothing there seems that we can do about it at all. It just seems to be that these private companies show up, they put their signs out, they wait, they catch you out, and they slap you with a load of charges. And as soon as you try and do anything about it, they're trying to take you to court. They're trying to stress people out. The problems that must cause with people. I mean, I don't use parking at all. I mean, my partner, she will, but I hate it. Not only do I hate it, it's for the fact that I don't like giving my money to these people. It's the fact that the chances are they're going to try and catch me out, whether I'm late back to the van, or, you know, I've not done it correctly, or something's happened that means that I'm now slapped with a ticket. It's stressful. It really is stressful. And, you know, I just refuse point blank to do it. And as a country, we should be going, you know what? I ain't paying for parking. If you want me to pay for parking, then you need to make it a lot more transparent, a lot more cheaper. You know, if we boycotted it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, just nobody paid a penny to these parking companies, it would put them all out of business. I'm sure it would. You know, it would definitely have an impact. You know, if we all just gone, you know what? We're standing together and we're not accepting it. We're not taking this anymore. But we don't. You know, it's just crazy how things are going. And it's just getting worse and worse, to the point where people won't want a holiday in the UK anymore. They'll go into Europe. They'll, you know, it's so much easier now to just get in your van, get on a ferry and travel through Europe. And these places welcome visitors. They want you in their country. They want you to spend money. Why don't we? Why don't we? I just don't get it. I really don't. So, yeah. I mean, let me know your thoughts. What do you guys think? You know, there's a lot of people being very vocal about all these things at the moment. And it would be interesting to hear everybody's opinion. You know, are van lifers or van people taking the mick? You know, I don't know. I mean, all I see is van people are friendly, helpful, they're clean, they pick up rubbish, you know. All they want to do is just have an easy life. They want to enjoy the country, enjoy the places that we have to offer without any stress. And we don't seem to want them to have that at all. And it's the money in the country that's making the decisions. And the people that have not got any, it's just making it harder and harder for them. And it's not right. It really just isn't right. Let me know your thoughts. Put some comments in there, guys. Let's get some people talking about this, because, you know, we need to change things. We really do. Yeah, let's hope things change for the better, because at the moment they're changing for the worst. See you in the next one.